Our leader, Bob Johnson, had a dream of creating a network that would accomplish what hundreds of years of slavery, Jim Crow, and malt liquor couldn't. The destruction of black people!
What you mean, not the biggest?
Shit, well, it ain't got nothing on you, you feel me? Like, you really all bad, you know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Yeah, I'm in heels and you ain't tall enough.
Okay.
Don't do too much,
Well,
though.
you're not qualified, baby.
Alright,
So that's all good.
It don't matter. You perfect. I like them heavy. Tight shit. You think you can handle it? Yeah.
Don't forget to join the Discord. The link is in the description below. So when y'all think of black content, what do y'all think of? Is it this? Or is it this?
Come on, G.literal.
If that's not the case, how about this?
This is your target number right here, 3. If you bring it over here, right, we can transfer it to 7.
In this modern day and age, we have many different aspects of what black content actually looks like. And to be honest, I feel like most people got a certain type of idea when it comes down to what black content is supposed to look like. That's why today we're going to be looking at black content and what it actually is.
My little sister got a BBL, asking homeless people freaky questions.
Baby girl. Hey. Man, she trying to start OnlyFans early.
See, I've been on YouTube for almost my whole entire life, and I've been through almost every single era of what people regarded as content. Like, I'm gonna be so real with y'all, I was a part of that time period where folks used to deadass go out of their way and do kissing pranks. And I was even there for the Minecraft period as well too.
Punch him! I can't punch him!
Oh my gosh.
And I used to always eat this content up like it was nothing. But one thing I found pretty interesting, especially when I was doom scrolling, is the fact that whenever I saw a black creator, especially for popular videos, I'd always see them in some type of horny or risky situation. Either that or it'd be some stupid ass prank video.
That's good.
And I completely understand the process, especially when it comes down to making money. Because we all know the best ways to earn money on social media is to push a lot of sexualized content.
This is the best pussy I've ever tasted. Badu's pussy is...
Or brand yourself to kid-oriented content.
Right now? Alright, pull up there, you'll see what happens.
And if you really want to stir the pot a little bit more, a lot of folks tend to do both. Yeah, we see right through you, buddy. Yeah, we know for a fact that most of your fan base isn't 18 years and older. But see, this is something that I only saw really as a kid. I never really saw anything like this when I got older, because once I started watching video essays, I started seeing brothers and sisters putting out content that was so introspective it actually opened my eyes to a different perspective of the world. But that really got me thinking, because why was I seeing so much horny content as a kid? And at those times as well too, I didn't even have a YouTube account to begin with, so they would not have any analytics about me as an individual whatsoever. I was on a shared home computer. Like, y'all remember that computer y'all would have in the corner of your houses and everyone would just use it in the crib? Bruh, that was what I was using to watch YouTube. And see, I've been thinking about this topic for a very long time. I just couldn't find a way to articulate it for y'all to understand what I mean. And I most definitely didn't want to go out of my way to spread hate onto the black content creators who are doing this type of content as well too. And see, if it wasn't for this creator named Pillboy, I would not have a way to articulate myself for this video. Shout out to bro, I most definitely watch bro's videos. He's a tough creator. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, we really have to understand what y'all think black content actually looks like. Because to the uneducated eye, black content kind of looks like this.
Just go make some content.
You trying to leave right now?
Right now.
You got yourselves the 20v1s, the 20v1s with a rapper, the 20v1s with a comedian, the pop the balloon challenges, speed dating, and then you got some folks out here going out of their way to raccoon for some views. And last but not least, we got some folks out here who are too horny for YouTube. Like, real talk, a lot of this stuff looks like it belongs on the hub. But see, this is where my problem lies, because why is black content as a whole being placed into a category of just straight horny content? It's like we're forgetting the fact that there's a lot of content creators out there who are actually pushing out really good content. I'm talking about the folks who really sit down almost every day for months writing long ass essays just for their videos. And we got folks out here who really know how to edit and make fire videos. And on top of that, we got TikTokers and Twitch streamers as well who go out of their way every day posting fire videos and doing long ass streams every day. This might be my own personal bias, but at the same time, black content as a whole is possibly one of the most entertaining forms of content on the whole internet. It's crazy how people are stuck up on the BS when we have people doing everything from essays, fashion, cinematics, commentary, makeup, even in music too. I didn't say every category, but we gotta understand that we got black content creators in every single niche.
Well, Tim, you 3 vine swingers should feel right at home. I'll be there when the white man don't need me no more. And let this be yet another reminder that no matter how much money you got, you still just a nigga.
In my personal opinion, this idea of black content being hypersexualized and ghetto as hell comes from the fact that a lot of folks out here are too with the bullshit. I'm being so serious as well too when I say this, but because of the way social media operates, a lot of positive content is really missed because of the fact that most clicks and views come from the BS. A lot of y'all aren't really gonna be honest with yourselves because the fact of the matter is you can complain about black content being the way it is, but realistically speaking, you're consuming it either in a short form or a long form. A lot of the formula that most of these black content creators use is shock value.
0 again is my number of bodies. 774, because I am not a whore.
And we know when it comes down to shock value content, people interact with it after and before, and sometimes even without watching the video to begin with. Because we all know at the end of the day, all of this type of content creates conversation. Whether it be positive or negative for the content, at the end of the day, it's really just a net positive. Crazy to say it, but every single content creator that went out of their way to speak on and against 20v1s helped 20v1s get a lot more viewers at the end of the day.
Right there. You being the better wide receivers in the game, how are you able to take such a beating by Cox?
Yo, pause, my guy. Look, I don't know where you from, where you came from, where you hail from, but where I'm from, that stuff you just said is mad sus. Like, you gotta say pause at least.
One really quick side note I want to bring up is stereotypical content, because real talk, that's really the main reason why a lot of y'all are going out of your way and hating on this content. When we're talking about content and stereotypes, these ideas work synonymously together. A lot of people tend to use stereotypes as a way to create humor in their content.
They got helmets on their heads, but I gotta want them alone instead.
And we've seen it in a lot of different ways from a lot of different black content creators and many people outside of it as well too. Like, I deadass remember the King Batch days. That guy was the biggest raccoon ever. And I did not forget about that Watermelon guy as well too, bro. That guy is probably one of the biggest raccoons I've seen in my whole entire life. But it's crazy to see the evolution of this type of content, because we started off with KSI doing it and then King Batch doing it, and now we're seeing it in the 20v1s where we seeing folks out here playing ghetto to get themselves a bag.
I mean, but she was fucking on the stairs.
Fucking on stage, yeah.
And I'm not trying to hate on anyone who's trying to get paid, but at the same time, bro, not at the expense of every other black person who's not involved. It's crazy to say it, but we got folks out here who are really going through it. Like, we really gotta be honest with ourselves. We got black women out here who are consistently being harassed and bullied by many different people on the internet, literally because of a handful of ignorant people on some dumbass dating shows. And on top of that, we seeing black men get consistently emasculated, and folks out here really perceiving us black men as sex-hungry machines because of all of these horny ass individuals on these shows. And like I said before, there's nothing wrong with getting the bag and getting your money, but at the same time, this discourse and this negativity that comes from it is a little too much. And realistically speaking, I'm just speaking from my own self and what I perceive. And let's not forget about the kids who be watching this type of content as well too, bruh. This is actually sick. It sets such a horrible precedent, but at the same time, I still have to remember that this content is the way most content has been for many years. Like, real talk, if you really want to go back to every single era of YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, we've all been through the same situation. Either the content is extremely horny or it's extremely corny. And there is a situation where there can be both, but at the same time, we already know the types of people that sit down and watch that type of content. But see, now it's time to actually answer the question, because why do folks always compare black content with this and completely disregard these guys? See, in my personal opinion, I really feel like we've been caught in a hook, line, and sinker, because in all honesty, we're just dealing with buzzwords. What people generally describe as black content really is just degenerate content that has a predominant amount of black people in it. But realistically speaking, there's a lot of people on this app that are not black doing this same type of content as well too. It's crazy too, because black people didn't even start the 20v1s or the pop the balloon challenges either. The concept of using speed dating as entertainment has literally existed on every single platform of media for a very long time. Like, we really gotta be honest with ourselves, the 20v1s and the Pop the Balloon challenges are the equivalent of the Maury show in the 90s. They both display black relationships in a bad light, and on the low, they both be making black people look horrible for entertainment. And just like folks back then were out here ridiculing it, but at the same time, we gotta remember, a lot of us who are ridiculing it are still watching some of those videos. And like I said before, there's literally no way you can escape from it, because it's either gonna be on your TikTok, YouTube, or someone's gonna tell you about it. But we really gotta set the ground rules, because at the same time, if we're gonna really call this black content, we can also call this black content as well too. We gotta remember that our words have a lot of weight to them. We really can't just be labeling all this stuff as general black content, especially for all the other black creators out here who aren't willing to degrade themselves for content. Like, real talk, why is it that we call it black content, but at the same time for everyone else there isn't any other form of content? Like, real talk, there's no Asian content, there's no white content, there's no Mexican content. Craziest thing about it is I completely understand why a lot of people are labeling it as black content, and I completely understand the clickbait as well too, because I'll be doing it sometimes too. But yo, let's just give it a rest and stop calling it black content. You know what though, if y'all want to actually watch some good black content that doesn't have anything really degrading or outside of the blue, I'm gonna give y'all a list. Cause real talk, y'all definitely can sit down and watch some Pillboy videos, ABBA and Preach, and if you mess with streams, go down and watch my boy Nolly as well too. On top of that, you could really go and watch Unk, cause he really gives some great breakdowns as well too. And even if I didn't name your YouTube channel or people that actually make black content, I can't even lie, there's so many other black content creators you can be watching on every single platform. And like I've said many times, I feel like black content is literally the funniest, most interactive content you could ever see on the internet. Cause as black people, we really just honest, and I can't lie, honesty is the best policy. But God bless you guys and have a nice day.